Editor's note: this review may contain spoilers. Waller seemingly turns on the Squad as Batman searches for Killer Frost. This was a very interesting story to say the least. For starters, I really enjoyed Katana's character here. Over the past few issues, we've seen her battle her ethics with everything she's had to do. Turning on Waller was simply the breaking point. It was great to see her and Harley doing the right thing. Seeing Waller turn on the Squad the way she did was pretty neat, although somewhat expected seeing as she was just let go by Direktor Karla. The story itself wasn't too bad. It had very good flow, and the addition of Batman, although brief, was great. The biggest issue I had with this issue was the artwork. It was so rough and messy, that it actually made the story a struggle to follow. The few pages with Batman weren't that bad, but the majority of the issue, especially when it came to drawing Harley, seemed very rushed. Some panels had faces that looked very disproportionate and uneven. Suffice it to say, I was greatly disappointed with the art in this issue. Speaking of art, the cover and variant for this issue looked good, but once again we get a cover that doesn't make any sense with the issue you're reading. The main cover has Tunguska fighting Harley, Katana, and Captain Boomerang. Problem is, Tunguska was in one page in this issue and he never even engaged the Squad. He was all the way in Russia. Also, Boomerang is still missing after Harley left him to freeze to death a few issues ago. He hasn't been seen since, and certainly not in this issue. Why put Boomerang on the cover if he's not in the issue, unless Williams is hinting that Boomerang joined the people, but even so, wouldn't make sense on the cover. Maybe it's just me, but calling the soldier battle suits the suicide suits is just silly. The Suicide Squad makes sense. Villains that you send out on suicide missions, but suicide suits, doesn't really make any sense. As I mentioned before, Katana definitely had a realization in this issue when she turned on the Enchantress. Although I did really enjoy her small side story, the issue I had was that it was simply a small side story. I wish Williams would have dove more into Katana's character and give us a bit more about her, certainly more than the few pages we got. Even a flashback to an event in her past would have been great. This issue had some problems, but if you can get past the awful artwork, it's a pretty decent story.